Since the Colorado Rockies were created in 1993, they've been one of the worst teams in all of baseball. Only the Royals and Pirates have lost more games since the Rockies joined the league. The team has made the playoffs only 5 times and have never won their division. Things have gotten particularly awful in Colorado recently, as the team has lost more than 100 games each of the last 3 seasons. Surprisingly, these are the only 100-loss seasons in the team's history. The team's 119 losses in 2025 are tied with the 2003 Detroit Tigers for the 3rd most in the modern era. Despite all of this losing, it feels like the Rockies have always had 1 or 2 players on their team that were worth tuning in to watch. In the early 2000s, you had future Hall of Famers like Larry Walker and Todd Helton. In the late 2000s, you had perennial All-Stars Matt Holliday and Troy Tulowitzki. And throughout the 2010s, you had impressive sluggers like Trevor Story and Nolan Arenado. However, since the departures of Story and Arenado, nobody has really taken on that role as the face of the Colorado Rockies. Honestly, that could be part of the reason the franchise has been spiraling for the last several years. There's no identity, no passion, no leadership. So today, in our first rebuild on MLB The Show 26, we are stepping in to end that spiral. We will find the new face of the Colorado Rockies, we will end the culture of failure, and we will win this team a division title. What, you thought we were going for a World Series in this video? Be realistic, it's the Rockies. Alright, yo, welcome on into the channel for our first rebuild on MLB The Show 26. I'm very excited to get into this, man. As you saw, we are doing the Colorado Rockies, who I believe are one of the worst teams in the game. But this is my first time loaded into the game. I haven't even, done anything in the game yet. So we are just going to hop right in and experience franchise mode for the first time together. We'll be using the default roster. There is the new, streamlined option where, you set a bunch of stuff to, automatic and stuff. We're going to be taking full control over this, and let's see, we are going to be using Colorado, so they're going to be up here. Where are they? They are 29th, so they're not the worst team. 2nd in speed. They've added a farm ranking. I don't think they had that last year, because they've always had, contact, power, pitching, defense, speed, but farm, I like that. I like that they added that. Who is the worst team? Would it be the Pirates? No, Pirates are actually 20th, probably because Paul Skeens is so good. Cardinals are 28th. The Nationals are 30th. Interesting. I guess, yeah, because now you've gotten rid of Mackenzie Gore and a couple other guys, so yeah, that kind of makes sense. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop in here. We'll take control of the Rockies. Contracts off. All of this will remain on. Oh, I guess there's a new option where you can have female ball players show up in franchise mode. Okay. And then task management. I'm going to set this all to manual. Kind of weird that it comes at automatic by default. There is the new arbitration and renewables. We're actually going to leave those on automatic for right now, and we'll test out and see if they work. Well, starting spring training. So here we are. This is the new UI, which I actually really like. I think nice little change up. Let's take a look at this roster. Our best player is Brenton Doyle, 27-year-old former 4th round pick back in 2019. And let's see, we go down here and we can see his stats. Did all right in 2025. Actually, no, he didn't. 650 OPS. Kind of felt only 2.1 WAR, but played 138 games. He's got decent contact against the lefties, but other than that, really not great. More of a, fielding and speed guy, a very good defensive center fielder, which I guess you kind of want. I feel like the star of the Rockies right now is Hunter Goodman after his breakout year last year. He'd kind of been around for a couple of years, but last year, he just broke onto the scene. 31 homers, 91 RBIs, and 843 OPS behind the dish, 2.6 WAR. Really, really cool to see him there. I'm having to learn how to interact with the new interface. He's already 26 years old, another former 4th round pick back in 2021. He does have a lot of secondary, first, left, and right field. What's his speed? Speed's 52, so if we needed to move him to the outfield, we could. He's got good pop time, good fielding ability, really good power against lefties. The vision's a little low, but overall, I really like him. And we've got, 3 extra years of team control after this year. He's got quirks. He's got 2 awards. I'm just kind of going through through and like looking at all of the stuff here. And then you have Ezekiel Tovar, who I really thought was going to be that next face. I thought he was going to be like the next Tulowitzki, the next Trevor Story, especially after how he did in 2024. You know, hits 26 homers in 157 games, you know, puts up 3.7 WAR. It looked like he was going to be really, really good. Did not play well last year. I mean, only played 95 games, but had a 694 OPS, 0.6 WAR. So hopefully he can get things back on track. Otherwise, he might be a trade candidate. The power ratings here are definitely a lot lower for him than they were last year, but you know, he's got good fielding ability there at short. The speed is way down, 59 speed. Yeah. I don't know about that. Let's check out the pitching. So our best pitcher is 75 overall, Michael Lorenzen. And this is our first look at sort of how they're doing the new like usage stats and the control. You've got the splits for hits per 9 and Ks per 9 now. Very interesting. You have Tomoyuki Sugano, started 30 games for Baltimore last year, had a 4.64 ERA. You have Jose Quintana, Kyle Freeland, McCade Brown, a 63 overall rookie. Yeah, it's an interesting team, you know, like you've got Victor Vodnik, who's 26. Is he ever gonna really, you know, improve enough to be like a full-time closer? Hard to say. He had a pretty good 2025, you know, 52 games, 50 innings pitched, 49 strikeouts, 3.02 ERA. Not bad. Golly, you've got nothing over at first. Troy Johnson, who has C potential. You just have nothing here. Oh my gosh. You've got Edward Julian, the former Twin, is here. I mean, this roster is just terrible. Willie Castro, the former Twin, man. At least that's what I remember him for. I guess he played a lot of years in Detroit. You've got Tovar. You do have Ethan Holiday, the #1 overall pick in this most recent draft. He's our #1 prospect. I like that they have the prospect rankings there. He's the number 12 overall prospect. Also has a third base secondary. Outfield's bad. I mean, everything is just bad here, man. Like, it's going to be a rough rebuild for us. Let's see who's available in free agency. You've got Andy Colomb, Zach Littell, Carson Fuller, Rhys Hoskins. Rhys Hoskins might be a fun one because you've got no one to play first base. Like, look at this first base depth chart. Like, I mean, you could throw Edward Julian there, but I mean, for 28-year-old Troy Johnson, I mean, you've got no one. Rhys Hoskins, at least, you know, like a 1-year deal. Oh, he wants a bit more money. I'll give you like a 2-year, 16 mil, 15 mil. Nah, okay. And here is the new trade hub. Obviously we've just started, so there's nothing there yet. But we'll keep an eye on that throughout this rebuild. So we've got a bunch of guys here. Ooh, so now when you go in season to contract extension, it tells you their contract status. So it tells you right here if they're going to be arbitration eligible or if they'll be a free agent after this year, which I think is really, that's a really good change. I like that a lot. Yeah, Lorenzen's making 8 mil for us this year. What's our budget look like? It can't be much. What is our, I guess it's 139 mil. Oh crap, I forgot we still have the Chris Bryant contract here. Ooh. So I think one of my first goals is going to be trying to trade that. In fact, I'm going to go into the trade hub and I'm going to go to my trade block and I'm going to start. You can't sort this by like salary or overall or age or anything like that. You just kind of have to scroll down through it. Interesting. We are going to put Chris Bryant on the trade block, so we want to get rid of him. Anyone else we'd like to get rid of? Willie Castro, what's his... He's a free agent after this year, or he may look to trade. He's in the first year of a free agent contract and cannot be traded before June 15th. Okay. Ezekiel Tovar is on a pretty cheap long-term deal, so I may look to keep him long-term. Anyone else that's like making like any big money? Mickey Moniak, we can look to trade. Kyle Freeland, he's gonna make 12.9 mil next year. I'm okay with trading him. Same with Lorenzen. No, we can't trade him. Can't trade any of those guys. Keegan Thompson's making 1.3 mil. He can get traded. Those are guys on my trade block. My untouchables, it's probably just gonna be Hunter Goodman, Ezekiel Tovar for right now, and then Ethan Holiday are my only untouchables for right now. Trade targets, I'm not gonna put anyone there for right now. Positions we need, basically all of them. It's weird. I guess the UI is a little messed up here for this. I definitely want first base. I want starting pitching, and give me a left fielder. Those will be my guys for right now. So here's the top prospects list. Connor Griffin's number 1. Like we said, Ethan Holiday is 12. We have Charlie Condon, first round pick in 2024, age 22. He's in Double-A right now. Hopefully he's able to progress pretty nicely. He has B potential. Cole Carrig is our number 3 prospect, former third round pick in 2023 with C potential. Yeah, a lot of these guys just have C potential, so probably unlikely that, they're going to do a whole lot for us. Another thing I like is that once you're in the regular season, there's this little thing at the top where it's like your projected wins, how many it thinks you'll need to get a wild card, and how many it thinks you need to win your division up there at the top. I really like that a lot. All right, so going into season 1, lineup's going to be Tyler Freeman over at second, Mickey Moniak in right bats second, Hunter Goodman bats third against righties, Ezekiel Tovar cleans up at short, Edward Julian bats 5th over at first, Jordan Beck is our DH batting 6th, Willie Castro is at third batting 7th, Britton Doyle in center bats 8th, Jake McCarthy in left bats 9th. It changes up a lot against lefties though, because Jake McCarthy goes all the way up to the leadoff spot because he's really good against lefties. Hunter Goodman hits second because that's where he's best. He's best against lefties. Ezekiel Tovar is better against lefties. He moves up to third. Castro bats 4th, then Doyle, Freeman, Moniak, Beck, and Julian. And then here's what our bench looks like. Yeah, overall the team's just not really good. Hopefully, Goodman, Tovar, maybe Doyle progress a little bit. We'll see. Pitching rotation, we've got Kyle Freeland is going to be our main guy. We really need him to be decent. Pitching rotation for season 1, we've got Michael Lorenzen, Tomoyuki Sagano, Jose Quintana, Kyle Freeland, and Ryan Feltner. And here's what our bullpen looks like. It is not very good. We have a 55 overall Rule 5 pick we have to keep on the roster all season. Good grief. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough, guys. But hey, this is why we start with the Rockies. Get them out of the way, man. All right, let's start simulating and see how we do. It's not going to be very good. Okay, so we just got our first trade offer. They want Mickey Moniak, who is our right fielder. He's not having the best year, hitting .229, has a .594 OPS, and they want to give me Travis Bazzana, their number 1 prospect. Okay, I think the trade logic might need a little more work, folks. But, do I take it? They offered me it. Do I take it? Also, we just got a blockbuster trade. Dennis Santana traded away from the Pirates while having a very good season. 14 games, 17 innings pitched, hasn't given up a run yet, has 8 saves for a 64 overall 20-year-old shortstop with C potential. We're going to take Travis Bazzana. We're going to take him because that's a stupid trade offer by the Guardians to offer us that. We are immediately going to take that and immediately throw him at second base, because he's automatically one of our better players. He's about to make his MLB debut. Now we need someone to play right field, and that's going to be the 24-year-old Zach Veen, and we needed someone to come in for Tyler Freeman anyway, because he kind of sucks right now. All right, we get another blockbuster trade. Griffin Jacks, Garrett Clevenger, Jake Fraley, and Cole Sulser. So 4 MLB players for Alfredo Duno, a catcher, 20-year-old, 58 overall with B potential, and then basically 3 other prospects. So 4 MLB players for 4 prospects. I feel like this is a lot to give up for 4 prospects. Oh, okay. Another big time trade. You get Aiden Miller, who is now the Mariners' number 2 prospect. Shortstop, B potential, 21 years old, 71 overall. Gage Wood, who is the 67th overall prospect. Arden Escobar, who's the 90th overall. So 3 top 100 prospects. And Dylan Moore, 71 overall, 33-year-old, so an MLB player. For Andres Munoz, Matt Brash, so 3 really good relievers, and Mitch Garver. Not sure how I feel about that one. And here we go, another one, 85 overall Kevin Gossman, who's having an awful year. Dalton Varsho and Jeff Hoffman, so 3 80-plus overall guys for Rhett Lauder, 72 overall starter. Steele Hull, who is the 36th best prospect. Reese Hines and Ty Floyd, who is now the Blue Jays' number 5 prospect. I would say overpay by the Blue Jays here for basically one decent prospect. 380 plus overall guys. That's a lot. At the All-Star break here in season 1, Hunter Goodman makes the All-Star team, I believe for his first time. Yeah, his first, or no, he was an All-Star last year, so this is his second All-Star appearance. Having a pretty good season. Only a 690 OPS, though. A 240 average, 12 homers. Not a great year. I mean, definitely not as good as, 2025 for him. But, I mean, he's an all-star, so, at this point, we're 25 and a half games back, which is kind of wild. Let's go look at the trade hub. Are there any rumors going around? There are a good bit of rumors. Would love to get off that Chris Bryant contract, if possible. So there's an abundance of starters on the block. Ooh, Corey Seager's on the block. Interesting. Logan Webb, DeGrom, Trout, Dylan Cease, Willie Adames, Shane Bieber. Interesting. Chris Bubich is on the block. I'm going to add him to my targets. I'm going to add Shane Bieber to my targets. I'm going to add Drew Rasmussen to my targets. So I think a good starter would be really cool to get. Ryan Weathers I'm going to add to targets. We'll do that and see if we get any motion over the next few days on those guys. So looking at our draft picks, we did pretty good. We got a second baseman with our 10th overall pick with 88 potential. We got a center fielder with 89 potential. We got a couple of starters here with low B potential. We got a reliever with decent potential. This starter is actually already a 69 overall, so he'll probably be in the bigs within another year or so. So overall, I think a pretty decent draft year 1. Let's go ahead and simulate the rest of the season and see how we do. All right, so at the end of season 1, it was a bad year. We lost 105 games. We were most likely the worst team in the bigs. Let's go see how the lineup did. So Travis Bazzana, after we traded for him and he got called up, played 107 games for us, had a 228 average, but a 316 on base, 694 OPS, just about even on WAR. So actually, I'm pretty happy with that as long as he continues to progress and get better. His overall did go up this year. He's up to a 73 overall. Edward Julian, 729 on base or OPS, only played 96 games. He was hurt a lot of the year, but he was probably one of our better players offensively, put up 2.2 WAR. Ezekiel Tovar, pretty decent year for him. 141 games, 37 doubles, didn't have many homers, which is weird playing at Coors, but a 280 average, 735 OPS, 4.7 WAR. I think definitely showed that he can continue to be our shortstop. Got a Gold Glove, which is really nice to see. Hunter Goodman really turned it on in the second half. 134 games, ended up hitting 28 homers, had a 732 OPS. The on base is a bit low compared to where he was in 2025, but 2.8 WAR, I think still pretty good for him. His second All-Star game appearance, really like that. Jake McCarthy played 139 games, 29 doubles, only 5 homers. Not many home runs getting hit here at Coors, it seems, with this team this year. 659 OPS, 1.6 WAR, not bad. Zach Veen became our main right fielder later on in the season, played 67 games, hit 8 homers, 733 OPS, 0.4 WAR. Brenton Doyle, his overall went down, not great year for him, 145 games, 31 doubles, 10 homers, 668 OPS, put up 3.2 WAR. Jordan Beck out in left, did all right, a 667 OPS, 12 homers, 242 average, put up actually negative 2.2 WAR, 11 errors. Good grief, he's awful. Yeah, he's not going to be coming back. And then Willie Castro did all right as well, 627 OPS, 12 homers, 25 doubles, put up negative 1 WAR. So we had a couple of guys that were pretty bad in some areas. Tyler Freeman played a lot, played 139 games, 37 doubles, 10 homers, had a 679 OPS, but only 0.1 WAR. Where did he play? Did he play the outfield, I'm guessing? Rotation rise. Michael Lorenzen had a bit of a rough year, 9-13 record, 159 innings, 103 strikeouts, 5.02 ERA, negative WAR on the year. Zagano was bad. Quintana, I mean, the pitching was awful. The pitching was terrible. I mean, let's not beat around the bush here on that. The bullpen actually looks like fairly decent for the most part. Kirsten Ole had 23 saves for us. Victor Vodnik was not good though. 12 losses, 7 blown saves, a 4.05 ERA. Bit rough there. We didn't have any league leaders or awards. Let's go ahead and simulate the playoffs. And the Mariners end up beating the Dodgers in the World Series. And let's see, anyone here retiring? So Verlander retires as a member of the Tigers with 269 wins, 3,600 innings, over 3,600 strikeouts, and 80.4 WAR. We'll see if he goes into the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame logic was supposed to be reworked, so hopefully that shows here. Yu Darvish also retires, 127 career wins, 1,900 innings, 2,100 career strikeouts. Let's see, anyone going into the Hall of Fame? So we get Scherzer and Verlander both going into the Hall of Fame. That's good to see. Exclusive free agent negotiations. Willie Castro, do I want him back? 627 OPS. He was negative on WAR. He's utility though. Like, he can play anywhere with decent ratings, you know, decent contact, decent fielding. What does he want? 9 mil? Do I really want to pay him $9 million? No, I don't. But I'm going to offer that to him. Lorenzen, I'm probably not going to bring back. Quintana, I'm not bringing back. Not going to bring the rest of those guys back. I'm going to fire some of these staff guys that aren't any good. So we have arbitration and tender contracts turned to auto. So we're going to see if it does it correctly, or if it just lets guys, if it just leaves them off, basically. All right, so positional needs, we need pitching, we need first base, and I would really like a outfielder. We need power and power pitcher. So looking at the free agents here, it's crazy because like Dustin May and Casey Mizer are both 78 overall, want basically the same money as Zach Gallen, who's an 85 overall. So the money that they want is crazy. Aaron Savali only wants 16 mil a year. He's 31. That might actually be a decent guy to go after for 16 mil a year. And let's see, anyone at first base I can go after. So there's Nathan Lowe, only played 42 games last year. I want someone that's got pop, man. I want someone that's going to hit some freaking homers. Rhys Hoskins only wants 3.7 mil. I'll do that. And then let's look in the outfield. Adolis Garcia. Seems like no one's really hitting a ton of homers here. Like Austin Hayes hit 21. I wouldn't mind getting Adolis Garcia. Or honestly, like Trent Grisham, Mauricio Dubon. Taylor Ward hit 40, but he wants 30 mil a year. I'm not ready to make like a big jump like that yet. Andy Arozarena only hit 7 homers. Didn't play well last year in Seattle, but I feel like that would be a good one to go after. Or maybe Miguel Andujar. We'll throw Randy on there and see how these guys look in a week. So arbitration, it still hasn't offered them any yet, a lot of these guys. And it hasn't renewed the contracts. Let me make sure that that is set correctly. Yeah, arbitration and renewables are both set to auto. I'm going to save, just check if it's going to let them just be free agents. So we've got some guys that are kind of interested. Let me take Randy off because he doesn't seem to be interested. And let me throw Andujar on there instead. Ooh, big trade here. Ryan Weathers gets traded straight up with the Yankees for Josh Hader. That is interesting. In fact, since we're in the offseason, let's see who's on the trade block here. So there's Logan Webb. There's a lot of like good guys on the trade block. Vinny Pasquantino's here. Oh, Reagan's is here. So it does look like on the last day it did go through and offer arbitration to these guys, which is nice. Let me look at transactions for us. We did not offer salary arbitration to Tyler Freeman and Jake McCarthy, though. Those are 2 guys I would have. So it's not perfect. And that's why I'm going to go back to before my, where I saved and redo it myself. All right, contract decision for Aaron Savali, and we got him 3 years, 17 mil a year, which is about what we were playing Lorenzen, and I feel like Savali's going to be a lot better than that. Also, Rhys Hoskins, and we got him, okay, 2 years, 4.5 mil a year, which is not bad at all, I think, for him. Dang, the Rangers do not want to trade us Josh Young. I would love to have him on the team, but they just do not want to give him away. And I am trying to offload this Chris Bryant contract to anyone that will take it. Matt Shaw would be a fun one. Let me see if they'll take that trade package. So again, like with the automatic arbitration, there were a lot of guys here that it did not offer a contract to that were renewable, and they became free agents. So we're going to back out and undo that. So basically, even though those options are there now, I do not recommend using them. You do kind of still need to go through and do this if you want all of these guys back that are, you know, cheap like this, which I do recommend because, you know, especially if you're doing like a team like the Rockies, you know, you need as many cheap guys within your organization as possible. All right, so in the draft lottery this year, we dropped down only one spot, so we will have the number 2 pick at least this year. And also, here's the Rule 5 draft. I don't think we get to pick this year, though, because we did have a Rule 5 pick last year on the team. So yeah, we don't get to pick this year. Okay. All right, contract decision for Randy Arozarena incoming. He declines. Okay. Brandon Lowe, this is my last chance to get him. 32. I'd give you 3 years, 19 mil. I don't think I'll get him, but that would be big. We would probably move him to first because that is one of his secondary positions. But no, he's not coming. Okay. He's going to the Cubs. Interesting decision there. I offered him more per year, but they offered him 2 more years. Austin Hayes is a now or never. I'll give you 3 years, 16. I'll give you basically the same deal I was going to give Arozarena. And we got him. Okay. Because he had a really good year last year. And do I still want Randy? Because, I mean, he could be a decent either outfielder or DH. I still have 29 mil to spend. So let me do 2 years, 17 mil. And that'll probably be it for free agency for this year. I just really wanted to boost the lineup, especially that outfield, because we just didn't hit homers last year, which is crazy. All right, we got Randy Arozarena. Okay. I don't feel like we signed anyone like too crazy, but like now we have guys like in the mid to high 70s. You know, we bring in Arozarena, we bring in Austin Hayes, we brought in Aaron Savali. Like, I think those are 3 good signings. And then also an old Rhys Hoskins at 71 overall, who's just going to try to hit tanks for us. And that's going to be it for the offseason for us, I think, at this point. All right, looking at this team now, it's definitely improved from where it was last year. I mean, we have quite a few top prospects down in the minors that are going to develop. We have some better outfielders. We have Rhys Hoskins. The pitching's still not great, but like I said, we got guys down here that are going to develop. Hopefully within another year or two, we're actually like a pretty decent team. I'm hoping Vazana kind of takes a bit of a jump this year up to like 76, 77. That would be really, really good for us. All right, lineup going into year 2. We're going to have Edward Julian as our DH leading off because last year he had like a 356 on base, so hopefully he repeats that this year. Hunter Goodman bats second. Randy Arozarena out and left bats third. Rhys Hoskins bats fourth, playing first. Then Travis Bazana at second bats fifth. Ezekiel Tovar bats sixth. Austin Hayes seventh. Brenton Doyle eighth. And then Kyle Karros at third bats ninth. And then it changes up a little bit against lefties. Everyone's still in here. They're just kind of rearranged a little bit. A very righty dominant lineup. I realize we probably could target some lefties, I think, moving forward. Pitching rotation, we're going to have Aaron Savali as our ace. Then we have Kyle Freeland, Chase Dollander, Tanner Gordon, and Ryan Feltner. And then here is what the bullpen looks like. Again, it's not great, but we're doing what we can here. All right, let's start simulating and see how we do in season 2. Now, here's an interesting one. Stephen Kwan, very, very good player, one of my favorite players, gets traded to the Dodgers for Alex Freeland, 25-year-old. I get he has B potential, but 25-year-old, 69 overall. Jackson Ferris and Nick Frazo. So didn't take much to get Stephen Kwan there, it looks like. Like, why are they able to pull off those trades, but I can't? I mean, I would love to get Josh Jung. They want closing pitching. I mean, I'll give you Victor Vodnik. He's actually doing pretty good this year. Give you that. And then Rumfield. And it keeps getting rejected. Like, I cannot get him. But other teams are pulling off crazier trades. And Logan Webb finally gets traded for 18-year-old, 57 overall with B potential. Pretty good starter and another decent starter. Okay. Okay, so we finally got a trade offer from the Rangers for Josh Jung. And they'll also give me Danny Jansen, who, yeah, like, hasn't been good, but I mean, not a bad like catcher option behind Goodman. They want Jordan Beck, who I'm more than willing to give them. They want Kyle Freeland, who's having a really good year. Like he's dialed in, man. Like he's doing so good. A 3.10 ERA in Coors. Benny Montgomery, who is our 14th ranked prospect, and then Keegan Thompson, who's in the minors for us. Ooh, Shea Langeliers gets traded for Max Clark and Maury Hodges. So the number 22 and number 26 overall prospects. Interesting. I mean, I want to keep Kyle Freeland. He's 33 though. So like, it would be different if he was like, actually, how's this guy doing, by the way? He's 33, so like, he's not gonna be around much longer anyways. It's not like we're competing. Josh Jung, like, first off, Danny Jansen's a free agent, so we get off that contract pretty easily. And then Josh Jung has another year of arbitration. We'd have him for at least another year. And he's got 727 OPS right now. He's doing good. Ooh, I want him. I think we're gonna pull the trigger on this one. I think we pull the trigger here and accept this trade. Ooh, another big trade. Devers gets traded along with Jason Foley for 2 C potential kind of crap prospects. Interesting. Another trade. Vinny Pasquantino gets traded straight up for Walker Jenkins. Interesting. All right, another really good draft for us. We got this right fielder who has 93 potential, already a 66 overall at 18 years old. Switch hitter, can play the whole outfield for us. We also got a left fielder with 85 potential, this starter who has 89 potential, another starter with 94 potential, and then a few other picks here later on that I was just kind of guessing at. Anything crazy? There's a closer with 99 potential, so I think another really good draft for us. We're 50 and 62. We're third in the division at least. You know, we're 31 back of the Dodgers. How far are we back in the wild card? We're 11 and a half back, but I mean, we're doing a lot better than we did last year. Let's simulate the rest of the season and see how we do. All right, so in season 2, we did a lot better. We went from losing 105 games to only losing 86 games, so an improvement by about 20 games, which is really, really good. I will take that. Let's go see how the team did this year. Randy Arozarena proved out to be a pretty good signing for us. Played all 162 games, kind of bounced between both DH and left field for us. 32 doubles, 24 homers, 79 RBIs, a 749 OPS with .6 WAR. Again, you know, mostly DH'd for us, played a little bit of outfield. Hunter Goodman, another really good season for him. 135 games, 31 doubles, 27 homers, a 796 OPS, and 4.3 WAR. Austin Hayes, another signing that was really, really good. He missed about 2 months, but played in 99 games, 24 doubles, 13 homers, 294 average, 836 OPS, put up 1 WAR. Rhys Hoskins did pretty good, 138 games, 21 homers, 710 OPS. That's kind of what we brought him in for. It was just to, you know, hit some homers, be a power threat. Tovar did really good, 146 games, 32 doubles, 16 homers, a 722 OPS, 3.6 WAR. Did he win another Gold Glove? He did not. Okay. Travis Bazzana, an improvement from last year, 139 games, 35 doubles, 18 homers, 702 OPS, put up .9 WAR, up to a 76 overall, which is about where I wanted him to be. Hopefully he just continues to progress. Josh Jung was our only all-star this year, played 133 games, 21 doubles, 21 homers, a 747 OPS, and put up 2.4 WAR. Zach Veen got into 30 games this year, had a 735 OPS. Jake McCarthy played 98 games for us, 21 doubles, 667 OPS, .4 WAR. Brenton Doyle is not doing well offensively, 140 games, 20 doubles, 13 homers, 641 OPS, 1.7 WAR. Probably going to try to trade him this offseason, I think. And then no one else really did much of note. In the pitching rotation, Aaron Savali kind of fell off a bit in the back half of the year. At the All-Star break, he had like a ERA under 3, which was insane. Went 8 and 16. Yeah, definitely didn't have a great second half of the season. 169 innings, 108 strikeouts, a 3.73 ERA, 1.3 WAR, a 4.53 FIP. Ryan Feltner was bad. Chase Dollander, better than last year at least, you know, 153 innings, 116 strikeouts, 4.40 ERA. Zagano pitched good in 23 starts, you know. Bullpen looked pretty good, you know, not amazing, but not awful either. Jimmy Hergert had 43 saves. Did he get reliever of the year? No, okay. I do want to see, since it looked like the home run numbers were a bit low last year. Okay, so we got Ohtani hit 50 this year. You have Max Muncy hit 50 as well. Interesting. Oh, and it's got, so there's MLB rookie leaders now. That's interesting. And then you can do like American League or AL rookies, National League rookies. Okay. So by default now it just shows you MLB leaders instead of the league leaders. So Zach Neto led the American League with 45 homers. I guess I don't really consider him a home run guy. I mean, he's got 89 power against lefties. I mean, that's crazy, though. I mean, Judge only had 34. That's kind of wild. Also, our center fielder that we drafted last year in the first round, he is the number 7 prospect now, or number 6 prospect, actually. And then the second baseman is up to the number 10 prospect. So we have 2 top 10 prospects. We also have Ethan Holiday, who hasn't really progressed as much as I would have liked by the time he's 20. You know, I'd like him to be, you know, getting ready to be up in the bigs, and just doesn't look like he's there at this point, you know? But I don't know. We'll see. We're going to go through the offseason here real quick as the Braves beat the Astros in the World Series. Evan Justice retires. He didn't play for us. Sagano does retire. Giancarlo Stanton retires at 503 career home runs. He should probably go into the Hall of Fame. Kenley Jansen retires with 478 career saves. He should probably go in the Hall of Fame. So neither of those two go into the Hall, but Paul Goldschmidt does, which is pretty cool to see. All right, contract decision incoming for Oviedo, and we sign him 4 years, $18 million a year. Okay, I want to show you. He did really good with the Sox last year. 144 innings, 108 strikeouts, a 3.06 ERA, 1.8 WAR. I feel like he could really break out and be a really good addition for us, like a really good number 2 alongside Savali. And then if Gonzalez continues to progress, he's going to be, you know, in the bigs probably sometime here in year 3. So that's a good, like, top 3 starting for us. And then I have one more contract that I threw out here to Jorge Polanco. Oh, and he goes to the Phillies instead. I gave him like 2 years, 18 and a half. They give him 3 years, 20 mil a year. He had 41 homers last year, which is why I threw that offer at him. I do have another guy I'm looking at here in Ryan O'Hearn. So if I give him basically the same thing I was offering Polanco, I'll probably get him. Here we go. This is what I need is first base. There we go. Okay. So that locks that down for at least another year or so. Because yeah, Rhys Hoskins, I just don't think is going to be the guy this next year again. But having Ryan O'Hearn, who's much better, 86 overall for 18 mil is not bad at all. Hit 30 bombs for Baltimore last year, 875 OPS, put up 4.2 WAR. I mean, really, really good. I mean, that's a steal of a signing for us. That's probably our biggest signing. 86 over. I didn't realize his overall was that high, actually. That is crazy. Still have about 20 mil to spend if I feel like it. But honestly, I'm kind of good with where we are right now. Like, I feel like we're a pretty decent team now. Maybe one starter or reliever. Like, maybe we could get like some cheap relievers for like 4 or 5 mil a year. All right. Contract decision incoming for Evan Phillips. We got him 1 year, 7 mil. Also, Jimmy Herget, bringing him back 1 year's 5 mil. Very nice. Some 1 year deals for some relievers just to kind of use up the rest of our money that we have. And then one last one, Lake Bakar doesn't go with it. That's going to do it for free agency for us for this year, though. Okay. What is this? What? Vlad Guerrero Jr., 93 overall, 29-year-old, like, didn't have a great year, but still, like, one of the best first basemen, gets traded for an 18-year-old, 59 overall, C potential prospect? What? Oh my gosh, that is just unbelievable. Yeah, y'all really fixed the trade logic there, guys. Yeah, that's some great logic y'all got. Good freaking grief. You've got to be kidding me with that. You know what? I'm just going to go try and make some crazy trades like that then. If it's going to be like that, like, let me try and do that then. Like, let me make trades like that. Like, let me throw, you know, like, I actually have decent. Let me throw a 19-year-old C potential 57 overall prospect for Freddie Peralta. And see, it's rejected. We need to adjust our budgets. Okay. I'm curious now. Like, wait, so now I'm curious. Could I get Riley Green for this prospect? Another blockbuster trade. Dylan Cease gets traded for Carlos Correa. All right, lineup going into season 3. Tyler Freeman is going to be our DH leading off, followed by Hunter Goodman, Ryan O'Hearn at first, Austin Hayes in right, Travis Bazzana at second, Josh Young at third, Randy Rosarena in left, Ezekiel Tovar at short, and Jake McCarthy in center. The only difference with lefties is Doyle comes in to play center there. And then for the pitching rotation, we're going to have Savali, Oviedo. We do have Keith Gonzalez making his debut at just 19 years old. I know he only spent 1 season in the minors, but he's a 73 overall already, B potential. He's our number 8 prospect, the 77th overall prospect. He was our 2nd round pick in in season 1. He's already the 3rd best pitcher in our organization, so might as well bring him up. Then we got Tanner Gordon and Chase Dollander. Here's what the bullpen looks like this year. You know, we brought in a couple of guys on like 1-year deals to sort of try to boost the bullpen some. But hopefully we can continue to do better this year than we did last year, and maybe even make a push towards the playoffs here at season 3. Let's take a look and see how we do. Okay, so before we even get things started, we claimed a couple of guys off waivers. Tanner Hoke from the Red Sox, who's just been a reliever throughout this simulation, hasn't really pitched a whole lot, but we're going to bring him in to be a starter again for us. He'll be our number 4 starter. And then we also got Jeff Hoffman from the Blue Jays. Or actually, he was with Cincy, pitched in 77 games last year, looked really, really good. So, you know, pretty cheap contract for him. I didn't even look at Tanner. He's a free agent after this year. Okay, so 2 big pickups there on the waiver wire. Okay, so we finally got a trade to be accepted. We got Quinn Prester, 82 overall, 27-year-old pitcher who was just sitting in the minors for Milwaukee. Like, he wasn't even playing at all. And we got him for Chase Dollander, who, you know, has pitched for us but has never really been that good, and then this 24-year-old C potential prospect. So I think we did very, very well. He's going to immediately be one of our top starters. He's actually our top starting pitcher that we have on this team, which is really cool. I think we've done a pretty good job building this rotation like into something fairly decent. Keith Gonzalez continues to progress. He's not having a great rookie season. Like, he's getting shelled, but he's doing all right. Tanner Hoke's doing good. Oviedo's proving to not have been such a great signing, especially since we're going to be paying him $18 million for the next few years. And then Savali not doing as good as he did last year. Hopefully he can kind of turn it around. Yeah. Bit of a rough year here nearing the All-Star break. So looking at the All-Star team, Tanner Hoke makes it as the number 2 starter for the National League. We got him off of waivers, and he's having a phenomenal year. 7 wins, 108 innings, 76 strikeouts, 2.41 ERA. He's put up almost 2 WAR already. He's looking like he did back in 2024. I mean, he's doing great. We also have Jeff Hoffman, the other guy we picked up off waivers. He has 30 saves on the year, only 2 blown saves. So those 2 waiver pickups were big for us. Do we have any of our hitters? Connor Griffin's here. Nice to see him doing well. Don't see any of our hitters. So we got the 2 guys we picked up off waivers are basically the only 2 guys on the team really doing that good. Okay, interesting trade here between the Orioles and the Brewers. The Brewers get Sandy Alcantara, 87 overall, 84 overall Kyle Stowers, and 82 overall Felix Bautista. So 3 like really, really good MLB starters for an 18-year-old, 73 overall B potential guy. I mean, he's all right. I mean, he's the number 63 prospect in baseball. You also get 80 overall Sal Frelick, who's like an all right outfielder, and 20-year-old 70 overall C potential shortstop. Oh boy, this is crazy, man. Okay, we got a trade offer here from the Mets. So we would be giving up Brenton Dole, who I've been wanting to get rid of, Jake McCarthy, who's doing all right. He hasn't been like phenomenal, but he's like one of our better outfielders in terms of actually performing. He's a free agent after this year, though. Zach Veen never really has done anything for us, but we'd get Steve Vina, their number 5 prospect, C potential, 67 overall. We'd get James Chen, C potential, 19-year-old, their number 7 prospect, and then an old Kevin Gossman, who's on the final year of his deal, injured and hasn't really been playing well the last few years. So basically we give up basically our entire outfield and get like some decent prospects, like some all right prospects. I don't know, because then we really are calling it a wash on the season. I mean, right now we're 8.5 back in the West. Where are we at for the wild card? We're 6 back for the wild card. We'd basically be selling on the season and would be basically trying to go for next year being the year we go for the playoffs. I don't hate that trade offer, but I want to see if I can get maybe a little bit more. Like, instead of this old Kevin Gossman, what if I got Jonah Tong? Or do they have like any outfielders I could take back? Like Carson Benj, would they give me him? I mean, he's decent. 25-year-old B potential. They have Mike Trout. Oh my gosh, when did he go to the Angels? And they have Soto and they have Kelnick. What if I can get Benj? Okay, so they've come back. They will give me, so now they're changing it up. We'll still give up Dolan McCarthy. We also have to give up Tyler Freeman, who's actually been like an all right DH leadoff guy with a 320 OP or 320 on base. He's been all right in the DH spot. We'd also give up Tanner Gordon, who I don't really care if we give him up. But we would get David Ramos, 18-year-old, 60 overall with B potential, 23-year-old, 58 overall with A potential, and Richard Fitz, a pretty bad starter, but who is on like a long-term deal. I like this one a lot better. I'm going to accept this one. I'm going to accept this offer. Now, we've basically punted on the season. We don't have any outfield, I believe, at this point, because we just traded 2 of them away. So I've got to go figure that out. Actually, I only traded away 1 outfield. Rhys Hoskins can be my DH, and I just need someone that's having like a decent year on base-wise. Travis Bazzana has a 331 on base. He'll be my leadoff guy. Now I need to call up like 2 position players, and I need them to be able to play outfield. So that's going to be Troy Johnston coming up. And then probably Cole Carrig. Yeah, because he can play a bunch of positions. But that does really... I feel like that gives us a pretty good prospect bunch. I really like what we're cooking up here now. So another really good draft for us. We got this 18-year-old right fielder with 92 potential. He's already a 70 overall, so he's going to be in the bigs pretty quick. We got this starter who's a 90 potential, 61 overall. Starter with only 83 potential, but already a 68 overall. Again, going to be in the bigs soon. A center fielder, 21 years old with 95 potential. He's only a 61 overall, so he's probably not going to make the bigs until he's like, 24, 25. And an 18-year-old starter with 94 potential in the last round. Whoa. So a really, really good draft again for us. We've been doing really good on drafts this rebuild. All right, into season 3. We finished about where we were last year, just a little bit below 500. Just really didn't perform. Didn't take that next jump like I was kind of hoping we would. Let's go take a look at how everyone did. Randy Arozarena played left field for us, played 159 games, 25 doubles, 25 homers, had an 808 OPS and 3.1 WAR, by far his best year for us. He is a free agent after this year. I would like to bring him back, but we'll see. I mean, we might be able to put that 17-something mil towards something a little bit better. Ryan O'Hearn was a great addition for us, especially for only 18 mil. 151 games, 35 doubles, 27 homers, 79 RBIs, 862 OPS, puts up 5.3 WAR. Hunter Goodman, another really, really good year for him. 137 games, 26 doubles, 27 homers, 260 average, 762 OPS, 4.9 WAR. Austin Hayes had a pretty good year, 138 games, 22 doubles, 20 homers, 741 OPS. Bit of a drop from last year, and also the WAR isn't great. He's not great defensively, it would seem. That's not great. Josh Jung, another good year for him, 158 games, 22 doubles, 18 homers, 696 OPS is a lot lower than it was last year. The slug just wasn't there this year, but still put up 2 WAR. We did sign him to an extension. We're going to pay him just under 16 mil for the next 4 years to be our third baseman. Zach Veen played 52 games in the outfield for us, had a 762 OPS, put up 0.1 WAR. Ezequiel Tovar, man, I mean, he had like a couple of good years, did really well last year. This year, 103 games, missed some time with injury, had a 710 OPS. Still put up 3 WAR. I mean, he's kind of consistent. He's really, really good defensively for us. We do have him, for a few more years, pretty cheap. So, I don't know. I don't think he's going anywhere, I would say. 141 games for Travis Bazzana, 28 doubles, 10 homers, 331 on base, 713 OPS, 0.2 WAR. Good grief, 17 errors? Oof, he sucks at fielding, man. Good grief. His fielding is terrible. I mean, he might have to DH moving forward. Jose Torres played a lot when Ezequiel Tovar was out, had a 665 OPS, put up 0.3 WAR. Yeah, not a whole lot else to say about anyone else as position players. Aaron Savali definitely turned it around in the second half, kind of salvaged the season where it wasn't as bad. He had an ERA like over 6 2 months into the season, so must have done really good in the second half. 162 innings, 103 strikeouts, a 4.44 ERA, only 0.8 WAR, so not great second year for him. Yohan Oviedo was not a great free agent pickup for us, had an ERA over 5, 0.0 WAR for a starter. It's just absolutely terrible. We're going to be paying him 18 mil for the next few years. Yeah, just not good overall. Tanner Hoke was amazing, though. I mean, what a pickup through the waiver wire. 11 wins, 5 losses, 179 innings, 109 strikeouts, 307 ERA, and 2.3 WAR on the year. Keith Gonzalez, as a rookie, did all right. I mean, pitched 32 games, 158 innings, 103 strikeouts, a 4.76 ERA. Did have negative WAR, but hopefully he just continues to develop. He's up to a 77 overall at just 19 years old. And then Quinn Priester, who we acquired through that big trade with the Brewers, had a really good year. 8-5 record, 123 innings, 82 strikeouts, a 3.28 ERA, and 0.9 WAR. And then there is what the bullpen looked like. It was not good, honestly. Like, Evan Phillips was bad, Juan Mejia was bad, Bernardino was bad. Herget was really like the only good piece in this whole bullpen for the most of the season, which really sucks. And then Jeff Hoffman was amazing. Had 42 saves. Did he get reliever of the year? No, but he was an all-star this year. So that is season 3, and we're going to be going into postseason or off-season 3, and hopefully finding something that helps us take that next step. Jacob deGrom retires at age 40 as a member of the Rays. He retires with 131 wins, over 2,000 innings, 2,200 strikeouts, and a career of 58 WAR. Curious if he gets into the Hall of Fame with his 2 Cy Youngs, all of his All-Star appearances. That'd be interesting. Aroldis Chapman retires with the Astros. He retires with 449 career saves, and he had a ton of All-Star appearances, 2 Reliever of the Year awards. Interesting to see if he gets in the Hall. I figure he might in real life. I don't know. Off the field stuff, you never know. No one gets inducted this year, actually, which is interesting. Exclusive free agent negotiations. We could throw a $27 million qualifying offer at Randy Arozarena. I'm not going to do that. I will give you 2 years, 24.5 mil. Rhys Hoskins played 41 games for us this year. He was not good. We're going to let him walk. He was all right that first year we brought him in, and he was our first baseman, but yeah, beyond that, no. And we're not going to bring Evan Phillips back, so we're going to have a lot of money to spend here. We are going to fire our manager and try to go get a better one. We also need third base coach. All right, contract decision incoming. I took a swing on a guy coming off a really big year, and we'll see if we get him. We didn't. Is he still available? No, he's going to the Guardians. It's Jarren Duran on a 2-year, 41 mil a year deal. And Byron Buxton goes to the Diamondbacks. So a lot of like the big outfield free agents I was looking at kind of starting to come off the board. Do want to throw an offer at Mitch Keller here, who's 32. I'll give you 3 years, 28 mil. Because we have a lot of money to spend. We've got 67 mil to spend here because we're off the Chris Bryant contract finally. And I feel like, first year was real bad. Last 2 years, we're just under 500. We need something to really like get us finally to where we're competing for the playoffs. I mean, we're in year 4, we're about to go into year 4 already. We need something here. We've got decision incoming for Mitch Keller, and he's coming. Okay. So I feel pretty good about the pitching. The pitching seems pretty good at this point. I mean, you look at this pitching, we've got Mitch Keller, Priester, Savali, Hoke, Oviedo, Gonzalez. Like, I'm feeling really good about our starting pitching. We definitely need to build up the bullpen, and I feel good about the infield. I want outfield and DH at this point. Randy Arozarena's here. He's wanting to come back. I'll give him this. I'll give him 2 years, 13 mil to be our DH. Riley Green has no interest in coming. We have about 13 mil left, or we've got about 36 mil, but 13 pending to Randy there. Now things get kind of interesting. Taylor Ward's been really good throughout this simulation. He is getting older though. Tyler O'Neill looks pretty good. Only played 96 games, but still played really well. Interesting. Let's see. Let me actually get like some decent relievers, like 73, 78. Contract decision for Arozarena. He doesn't want the comeback quite yet. Okay, let's see. Also, I think I'm going to go into the trade hub here and add some more guys to our trade block that I'd like to get rid of, especially like Savali's going into the last year of his deal. Oviedo was not good. Trading either of those guys would be nice. Anyone that's making like really big money. Right, so we bumped it up just a little bit from 13.3 to 13.5 mil a year, and Randy's coming back for 2 more years. Ronald Acuna Jr. goes to the Red Sox. Got the Rule 5 draft here. Ooh, is there anyone here we want? There's a pretty good reliever here, 77 overall. He was awful last year, but I mean, he would automatically be like one of the best relievers on our team. Andre Palante, 77 overall. Ian Hamilton. What about outfielders? Any good outfielders? Jim Vaquero, really good fielder, not a good hitter though. I think we will take Yariel Rodriguez in the Rule 5 draft here. That's a pretty good reliever to pick up there. We also get Brock Burke, 5 mil for a 73 overall reliever. Not great, but it is what it is. I think that's going to be it for our off season. All right, lineup going into season 4. Travis Bazzana at second leads off, then Hunter Goodman behind the plate. Ryan O'Hearn bats third. Arosa Morena cleans up, then Josh Jung, Ezekiel Tovar, Zach Veen out in center. Austin Hazen right. Kyle McCann is our DH. The bench is not great. Pitching rotation, we have Mitch Keller, Tanner Houck, Quinn Priester, Aaron Savali, and then we're going to have Keith Gonzalez. Oviedo is going to be in the bullpen because I'm trying to trade him right now. We'll see how that goes. Let's simulate the season and see how we do. All right, we made a big trade with the Dodgers. We got Matt Wallner, 31 years old, 86 overall outfielder. Been needing help in the outfield, and also just as a bat, we got rid of the Oviedo contract, and all we had to give up was Ryan Ritter, who was a 72 overall pitcher or shortstop in AAA, and then Ronald Correa, 20-year-old, 52 overall prospect with C potential. Big time trade for us there. All right, midway point of year 4. Hunter Goodman's back in the All-Star game. He's got 23 homers already on the year at the midway point. Has a 768 OPS, 2.2 WAR. This is his 3rd All-Star appearance, and I think that's Volpe? Volpe's here? As a Yankees fan, this is strange. Okay, Anthony Volpe went to the Giants and like resurrected his career. Holy crap. Okay, interesting. Alec Burleson, I almost signed him in free agency, but he went back to the Cardinals. I wanted him to be my DH. He's got a 713 OPS. He must have been the only Cardinal that got representation. All right, another really good draft for us. We got this second baseman in the first round, 18 years old, 93 potential. The right fielder we got is pretty awful, but the starter we got has 96 potential. We had 2 guys that wouldn't sign. Like, I don't know, just everyone I drafted seemed to have like super low interest in signing here. But at this point in the season, we're 6 back in the NL West, so I don't think we're gonna win the division, but we're only 1 game back of a wild card. We might actually make the playoffs. We're actually doing pretty darn good this year. Let's simulate to the end of the season, see how we do. So in year 4, we finally finish above 500. We win 86 games, and we still don't make the playoffs, man. It was just one of those years where it was rough. We had both the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers winning 94 and 97 games. Pirates win 92, the Reds win 91 and miss the playoffs. It's just one of those years, man. Let's go see how everyone did. Travis Bazzana had a career year at age 26. He's definitely going to be our second baseman for the foreseeable future. 140 games, 35 doubles, 19 homers, and 819 OPS. Still had 19 errors, but still had 2.3 WAR. Hunter Goodman made another all-star team, played 145 games, 26 doubles, 29 homers, 81 RBIs, 712 OPS, 3.1 WAR behind the dish. Matt Wallner was a phenomenal trade for us. 143 games, 22 doubles, 34 homers, and 820 OPS and 0.1 WAR. Probably going to be our DH moving forward. We did sign him to an extension. We're going to pay him 20 mil a year for the next 5 years. Josh Jung was great over at third for us. 141 games, 29 doubles, 28 homers, 82 RBIs, 805 OPS, 4 WAR. And did he win any awards this year? Doesn't look like he did. Ryan O'Hearn, another really good season for him. 154 games at first, 33 doubles, 30 homers, 93 RBIs, 839 OPS, and 3.3 WAR. Zach Veen in center, probably the best year we've seen from him. A breakout year, 139 games, 24 doubles, 25 homers, 842 OPS, and 2 WAR. Where was this all this time? 27 has a breakout year. Definitely, probably our center fielder going into next season. Randy Arozarena became our DH. He is starting to regress, but he played all 162 games for us. 34 doubles, 24 homers, 102 RBIs, had an 832 OPS and 2.5 WAR. Austin Hayes did pretty good out in the outfield, 144 games, 30 doubles, 14 homers, 733 OPS, 1.7 WAR. And then Ezequiel Tovar, bounce back season for him, played 156 games at short, 27 doubles, 22 homers, 745 OPS, 3.7 WAR. And then pitching rotation, Mitch Keller was really, really good. That was a great offseason signing for us. 195 innings, 146 strikeouts, 3.36 ERA, and 1.9 WAR. Tanner Hoke looked good. Quinn Priester was good. Savali was really good. I mean, we had 2 guys with an ERA under 3. Keith Gonzalez, still some growing pains for the 20-year-old, but starting to do better. Yeah, everything looks really, really good for this team. Jeff Hoffman put up another 40 saves for us this year. 15 blown saves, though. Good grief. He's 36. Is he a free agent after this year? No, we did sign him to an extension, so we're going to pay him $5 million the next couple of years. Let's go on to the offseason as the Mets beat the A's in the World Series. Going into year 5, need to find something to help us make the postseason, man. We've gotten better and better, just haven't quite gotten to that point yet. As Chris Sale goes into the Hall of Fame as a member of the White Sox, he just barely got to 3,000 career strikeouts, which is really cool to see. Free agent negotiations here. Austin Hayes only wants $16 million a year. 733 OPS. I feel like I could get someone a little bit better for that amount of money. Savali at 34. I definitely want back for at least like maybe 1 or 2 more years. I mean, really good this year. If I could get this down to like 33 mil, I'll do that. Vodnik has never really been great. Had 11 blown saves this year, by the way. No saves, 11. He has more blown saves than he has saves. I mean, yeah, I don't think we're going to bring back Victor Vodnik, man. Just hasn't been good, hasn't performed. And I don't think we bring back Brock Burke either. We have a lot of our staff that needs to be replaced. I'm going to have to do that. Okay, so I've been trying to pull off a trade for James Wood. He's on the trade block here from the Nationals. He's got another year of arbitration before he's a free agent. He just hit 53 homers. Is he MVP? He was just the MVP. So he's the reigning MVP, and I'm trying to trade for him. And I've been going back and forth from, and they countered. They want basically 3 of my top prospects. They want Juan Alvarez. He's our number 13 prospect, number 83 overall. They want Herb Harrison, our number 3 prospect, the number 12 prospect overall at second base. And then John Connolly, our number 8 prospect with 35. I'm going to do this because left field, Randy's getting old. We need someone there, and he's going to make arbitration money. This is a huge trade. 3 big-time prospects, but that's the move we've been looking for to get us over the hump and get us a superstar-type player. Actually, I'm going to just straight up offer him like a 8-year extension, but a big-time trade there for us to get a superstar to hopefully put us over the top as Carlos Correa gets dealt to the Mets alongside Luis Robert. Bryce Terang is interested in coming here. Even after the trade, we still have 52 mil to spend. We just had a ton of money sitting around. So we're going to offer something to Bryce Terang here, who also is coming off like a big year. Contract decision incoming. This would be really, really cool if we got him. We got him. Okay, Bryce Terang. So now you're probably thinking, what does Travis Bazzano do? Travis Bazzano is going to be our DH because he can't field, but Bryce Terang can. Bryce Terang is such a good fielder. Only 6 errors. He put up 9.4 WAR. He's so good. That is a huge signing for us because now look at this team. We've got James Wood, Bryce Terang, Hunter Goodman, Josh Jung, and Matt Wallner. The pitching is good. I think it'll be good enough. Still have some guys like down here in the minors. Like we still have a lot of top prospects getting ready to come up. We have drafted so well in this rebuild. I mean, we've got Reese Roman here. We've got Ethan Holiday still hasn't even made his debut. Like he still hasn't even played in the bigs at about to be 23 years old. He's going to have to be on the big league team this year. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, but we've put together a very, very good team. Especially look at these 2 right fielders. I mean, we could probably call them up and have them start playing already, but we probably won't. I want them to develop more, especially this one. That's going to do it for our off offseason, I think, because at this point we still have about 24 mil to spend if we wanted to go get like another starter, someone coming off a really good year. Oh, that's right, Aaron Savali didn't sign back, so let me try and get him back on like 19 mil for 2 years. Come on, come back, please come back. Yes, okay, so we got Aaron Savali back for 2 more years. At this point, I'm ready to just go into next year and say, hey, we got this, and I think we got a really good shot at winning the division now. All right, lineup going into season 5. We have Bryce Terang at second, leading off. James Wood in left bats second. Hunter Goodman behind the plate bats third. Matt Wallner is fourth. Josh Jung is fifth. Ryan O'Hearn is sixth. Tovar is seventh. Bazana is playing center for us, batting eighth, and then Randy Arozarena will be our DH, batting ninth. The order changes up a little bit against lefties. Arozarena moves up. O'Hearn moves down a little bit, but overall, that's going to be the positions in the lineup. Here's your bench. You do have Ethan Holiday finally, on the big league team for the first time at 23 years old. Just now making it. Basically, has spent like 5 years down in the minors now, which is crazy. Pitching rotation, we have Priester, Mitch Keller, Aaron Savali, Tanner Hoke, and Keith Gonzalez. And then here's what our bullpen looks like. Honestly, not great. Don't like Bernardino being there. Let me actually move him off big league team. DFA him. I'll have to wait a few days to do that. Let's go ahead and start simulating and see if here in year 5 we can finally win the division and hopefully make the playoffs. So midway point of season 5, Mitch Keller makes the all-star team. He's having a phenomenal year. 12 wins already, 115 innings, 95 strikeouts, a 3.04 ERA. He's looking really, really good. Any of our hitters make it. Bryce Terang makes it. He's got 25 homers already midway point of the season. Got a 967 OPS, put up 5.5 WAR there at second. Anybody else? Don't see anyone, so I think that's it for us all-star wise this year. All right, year 5, we finally make the playoffs, but as a wild card team, we won 91 games. We had the lead in this division, lost it by 2 games, but took the top wild card spot. But right here at the end, we had a 3-game set with the Dodgers. We lost 2 out of those 3. We kind of lost a lot here in September. August, we were looking good, especially like back half of August. We went on this huge winning streak, and I thought for sure we were going to win the division finally. Go see how everyone did this year. Bryce Terang was phenomenal. 162 games played, 51 doubles, 11 triples, 35 homers, 91 RBIs, a 918 OPS, 7.7 WAR. He's at 42.8 WAR at 30 years old. He was an all-star this year, and he wins another Silver Slugger award. James Wood, he didn't hit 50 home runs like he did last year, but 46 doubles, 35 homers, 110 RBIs, a 920 OPS, 5.5 WAR. Doesn't win any awards this year, though. Travis Bazana, man, comes out of nowhere and hits 36 bombs. What? 26 doubles, 36 homers, 93 RBIs, a 936 OPS, 5.2 WAR. No awards, but man, 36 homers for Travis Bazana. Matt Wallner, 146 games, 23 doubles, 32 homers, 825 OPS, 2.6 WAR. Zach Veen played 45 games for us. Where's Wallner? Was in right most of the year. Arozarena was our DH most of the year. He played 146 games, 30 doubles, 21 homers. He's at so he did pass 200 career homers this year, had a 798 OPS, 1.7 WAR. Josh Jung had a really good year at third, 28 homers, 87 RBIs, and 860 OPS, 5.7 WAR. Hunter Goodman, another really good year for the catcher, 140 games, 29 homers, 796 OPS, 3.3 WAR. Ryan O'Hearn, he's regressing down to an 80 overall, 142 games, 24 homers, and 815 OPS, 2.9 WAR. And then Ezekiel Tovar, 137 games, 24 doubles, 15 homers, 704 OPS, wasn't great, 2.8 WAR. What did Ethan Holiday do? Did he play much? Played only 10 games all season. Really didn't do a whole lot this year for us. Cole Carrig apparently got into 69 games and was all right. Pitching-wise, Priester wasn't as good as he was last year. Mitch Keller was still really, really good. Savali was all right. Hulk was really good. You'll notice someone's missing here. Keith Gonzalez was just awful this year. Pitched 27 starts, 5.64 ERA. I actually sent him down to the minors because he was just so bad. And then here's what the bullpen looked like. Not great. This is why we did not win the division. Look at those ERAs for our relievers. It was terrible, terrible, terrible. League leaders, Bryce Terang led the league in hits. Cal Raleigh hit 54 homers. He's at 365 on his career. Actually, I want to look. Statistics, player stats. You can do career for position players for the league. Who's the active league leader in homers? So Trout has 554 career homers. He's a 74 overall at age 38. And then Judge, who's only hit, like 30 or so a year, each of these, he's at 550. He's at age 37 and 86 overall. Then Ohtani's at 499. Machado's at 482. Lindor's at 466. Okay. So we got a couple of guys that hit, 550, which is really, really cool. Let's see. We've got a 3-game set at home against the Diamondbacks. I don't want to quick manage these games because this is probably our last season since this is year 5 already. So let's hop in and see how this team does. This is my first time doing quick manage on franchise mode this year. Automatically, we get 2 guys on. Round out, we finally get an out, but then 2-run score there. Give up 2 runs there. Home run there for Hunter Goodman gets us on the board in the 2nd inning. That's nice. Oh man, we're just giving up all sorts of runs. We end up losing 12-6 in that one, and we lose 3-1 there. So that is how this rebuild is going to end. We didn't have as much success as I was hoping for in this one, but I mean, when you're the Rockies, like, what can you really expect? But you look at the team we built, this thing's set up for the future, especially with all of the top prospects we have, because look at all of this like young potential that we could start throwing on the team. I mean, there's a lot of really good young players here that if they pan out, they would be a really good team, especially considering, that we have James Wood locked up, we have Terang locked up, we have Goodman locked up, we have Jung, we have Bazana. I mean, this could be a really, really good team. Actually, I kind of want to just simulate the offseason and then come back for one more season. I think we're going to do one more. And dang, the White Sox won a World Series before we did. The freaking White Sox, man. As we get Mookie Betts and Salvador Perez going into the Hall of Fame. Interesting one there. All right, contract decision incoming. Pretty big free agent. Probably the biggest free agent we've gone after here. And we signed them. It's Cal Riley. Okay, 98 overall. He was the #1 free agent. 3 years, 28 mil a year. Byron Buxton goes out to LA. But what this allows us to do is it lets us move Hunter Goodman to first base, and now we can try and trade O'Hearn because he's regressing. He went down from an 84 to an 81 this year. His numbers did kind of drop off a bit. He's still all right, but I mean, you add Cal Riley, who even at 34 years old is still, putting up 54 fucking homers. He's at 365 career homers. Yeah, just insane numbers there for him. A World Series MVP, home run derby winner, all-star game MVP, home run champ. That is a huge addition. Okay, so right before the season, I pulled off a pretty big trade because we were kind of hurting for starting pitching, but we were able to trade for Nolan McLean, who's been very, very good throughout this simulation. Traded him from the Mets for Rob Linder. He's kind of blocked by some other prospects. He's already 23, but he does have a potential, but he just kind of hasn't really progressed hitting wise, so he's probably not going to get up. And then Ezekiel Tovar, after his years of dedication to this franchise, is going to be moving on because we have some other guys we want to play at short. But that is a big trade. It opens up a lot for us. I think it really helps solidify this pitching rotation. All right, so the lineup looks a lot different going into season 6. We've got Travis Bazana moving over to short. I know he's not the best fielder, but he's really the only guy that can really play there. I wasn't really wanting to put Holiday there, and he's got to be in the lineup somewhere. Cal Riley bats second. James Wood bats third. Hunter Goodman moves over to first now, batting fourth. Matt Wallner's the DH, batting fifth. Bryce Terang, second base, batting sixth. Josh Jung, third baseman, batting seventh. And then we have 2 guys who will be making their MLB debuts this year. Jose Ornelas, he was our first-round pick back in season 2. He's 21 years old, our #3 prospect, the #9 overall prospect, 76 overall with a potential. Really, really great contact, great fielder, great clutch. I expect him to have a really high on base and high batting average. And then Amari Quevedo, Amari Quevedo. He was our first round pick back in season 3. our number 4 overall prospect, 79 overall with a potential. Kind of a more balanced hitter, really good contact, good vision, power still coming along. Not the best fielder, but he's going to play right field or center field for us. And then here's what the bench looks like. Pitching rotation, we've got Mitch Keller, Quinn Priester, Tanner Hoke, Keith Gonzalez, and then Nolan McLean is actually going to be our ace. Keith Gonzalez is back up after, a rough year last year. I'm really hoping he finally really takes that step forward. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. If not, we have Savali and Brody Brecht who we can go to. And then here's what the bullpen looks like. Let's go ahead and simulate. This is probably going to be the last season just because we kind of did go all in with Cal Raleigh and everyone. We're the second best team. So let's simulate and see how we do this season. All right. So I pulled off a pretty big trade here. We've got it in Brady Singer, who is a really, really good starter. He's been pitching really well this year. We got rid of Ethan Holiday, who's just kind of been floundering in AAA. He's been blocked basically the whole time. We got rid of Mitch Keller, who was in our rotation, but he was playing awful this year, had an ERA over 5, negative WAR, and then also Aaron Savali, who was in our pen and was also pitching awful. So a really, really good trade for us to get Singer, who, has 2 years left and is pitching really, really well. All right, season 6. I don't see any of our... Oh, we got a reliever. Yariel Rodriguez made the All-Star team. He's pitching really good out of the pen for us. And then James Wood is here. He's leading off. He is playing phenomenal again as a 1. OPS, 4.7 WAR. Jonathan Aranda is here. Interesting. He does really well in simulation, it seems. Bryce Terang is here with another All-Star appearance as a 962 OPS. He's playing amazing. And also Matt Wallner is here. He's got 30 home runs already this year. 924 OPS. He's doing phenomenally as the DH. So those are our All-Stars for this year. All right, for the second year in a row, we make the playoffs, but do so as a wildcard team, winning 94 games. We will be taking on the Diamondbacks in the wildcard round. We are the 4 seed. Let's go take a look at the standings. We lost to the Dodgers by 4 games. Good grief. The Dodgers just always simulate amazingly, it seems, no matter what. Let's take a look at the lineup, see how everyone did. Bryce Terang, like we saw, was an all-star. 161 games from him, 34 doubles, 43 homers, 124 RBIs, 40 stolen bases. So he had a 40-40 season. Oh my gosh. A 970 OPS, 9.1 WAR. That's his second 9 WAR season in 3 years. He's at 51.9 career WAR. Good grief, Bryce Terang. He also got a silver slugger this year. Ooh. Bryce Terang might be a guy to pick up this year. James Wood, another phenomenal season for him. 146 games, 37 doubles, 38 homers, 104 RBIs, a 963 OPS, 6.4 WAR. Another all-star appearance for him, but that's all of the awards he got. Cal Raleigh, his first season as a Colorado Rocky, 147 games, 28 doubles, 43 home runs. He's now over 400 career homers, 109 RBIs, a 912 OPS, and 8.2 WAR. He's at 64.9 career WAR. He won another Gold Glove and Silver Slugger this year. Hunter Goodman, his first season over at first base, he is regressing down to an 88 overall, but still had a pretty good season, 142 games. 142 games, 32 doubles, 27 homers, 91 RBIs, an 820 OPS, and 3.2 WAR. Matt Wallner, man, a phenomenal season. Kind of comes out of nowhere, but I guess as the DH, yeah, it kind of makes sense. 162 games, 30 doubles, 49 homers, 949 OPS, 5 WAR on the season. Was an all-star this year and led the league in homers. Travis Bazzana, his first year over at short, was really good. 140 games, 36 doubles, 29 homers, and 854 OPS, 2.8 WAR, 20 errors. Oof, oof, oof. Mari Quevedo in his rookie year played pretty good. 156 games, 36 doubles, 15 homers, a 276 average, 779 OPS, put up 4 WAR. And then Jose Ornelas in right. Also pretty decent season, 130 games, 31 doubles, 13 homers, 754 OPS, 2.9 WAR. Neither of them got NL Rookie of the Year, which is kind of interesting. And then Josh Jung, another pretty decent season, 139 games, 22 doubles, only 15 homers. The OPS did drop off a good bit there, but but still put up 3 WAR, which is nice to see. Pitching rotation, Nolan McLean was really, really good. Had 11 wins, 171 innings, 171 strikeouts, 3.78 ERA, and 2.2 WAR. Brady Singer was phenomenal, even after we traded for him. 13 wins, 189 innings, 187 strikeouts, a 3.28 ERA, and 4 WAR. Quinn Priester was really good. Tanner Hoke was good. Keith Gonzalez had his best season as a big leaguer. And yeah, it was just a pretty good season overall for our team. Also had league leaders. Matt Wallner led in homers, and James Wood led in walks. Matt Olson led all of Major League Baseball with 54 homers. What's he at now in his career? 519 career homers. And yeah, he's really, really good. We've got a 3-game set here against the Diamondbacks, and hopefully we can finally advance at least to the NLDS. We've got game 1, Nolan McLean against Joe Ryan, and we lose that one. Game 2, Brady Singer against Diego Doe. We win that one. Big game 3 here, Quinn Priester against Shane Baz. We win it, and we're going to be moving on. We're facing the Dodgers, the team that keeps beating us for that NL West title. We've got Tanner Hoke on the mound against Yamamoto here in game 1. We win that one 5-4. Now we've got Nolan McLean on the mound against Ohtani. We win that one 6-5. So we're 1 win away from going to the NLCS with 2 games at home right now. Nolan McLean on the mound against Brandon Pfaadt. We lose that one. Now we've got Brady Singer, who's been phenomenal in this postseason, against Brayan Bello. We win it, and we're going to the NLCS to face either the Mets or the Cubs. It will be the Cubs. Oh man. We've got Quinn Priester on the mound against Cade Horton in game 1. We win it 7-2. Tanner Hoke on the mound against Bailey Ober. Game 2, we lose 10-2. Back home for 3 straight. Nolan McLean against Brian Wu. We win that one 3-0. Now Brady Singer on the mound against Cade Horton. We win it, 1 game away from going to the World Series. Priester versus Bowden Francis. We lose. Going back to Chicago for 2 more. Tanner Hoke on the mound against Bailey Ober. We win it, and we're going to the World Series, baby. And we'll be taking on the Yankees. We will have home field against the Yankees in the World Series. Game 1 here, Nolan McLean against Pablo Lopez. We win it 4-3. Game 2, Brady Singer against Max Fried. We lose 3 straight now in New York. Quinn Priester against Rich Cope. We win it 5-2. We've got a 2-1 lead. Now Tanner Hoke on the mound against Max Meyer. We win it 6-3. 3-1 lead with Nolan McLean on the mound against Pablo Lopez. 1 win away from a World Series. And there we do it. We got it in year 6, baby. The Colorado Rockies have won a World Series before they win a division title. The joke I made in the intro comes back to backfire on me as we win a World Series here in year 6. Let's see. Matt Wallner gets World Series MVP. Cal Raleigh got playoff MVP. Wallner hit .421, 3 homers, 6 RBIs in the World Series. Cal Raleigh had a .340 average, 5 homers, and 11 RBIs in the NLCS, man. Oh, what a team, man. What a team we assembled here, man. Like, this is just an all-star squad, and then you see, like, all of the top prospects we still have that haven't even made it to the bigs. We got rid of Tovar. We got rid of Ethan Holiday. 6 seasons we went, and I mean, we kind of dominated in these playoffs. I mean, we knocked out the Dodgers in 4, knocked out the Cubs in 6, and then knocked out the Yanks in 5. I mean, what a dominant and incredible way to start MLB The Show 26. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave it a like. I know this was a bit of a longer one. We went way more seasons than we usually do, but I mean, for the first one of MLB The Show 26, why not? Again, if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe to the channel as we're really, really close to 1,000 subs. I'd really like to hit it here right at the beginning of MLB The Show 26. And let me know what team you want me to see rebuild next. I have a list of all of y'all's requests, and every time I see a new request, I add it to the list. So if you want to see your team get rebuilt, make sure to comment and let me know which one to do, man. And thank y'all again so much, and I'll see y'all next time.